Dickie V down in Sarasota, Florida, and about north of $11 million was raised. It was an amazing. I mean, everybody was there in the sports world. It was just it was an amazing sight to see.
I say it every year when this day comes around, but like I think about the number one enemy of humanity is cancer, right? It's the number one. I can't think of a bigger one, and like you can't. There's no more noble fight than the fight against it. And, it affects no one has not been affected by it in their personal lives in some way. There's just no escaping it. So,
and I was going to say too, Max, like we all have like little things that happen throughout the course of the day, like down days and like, oh, well, I was late or, this didn't happen. When I talk to certain people who have gone through cancer or battle, like it's like they're always fighting. It just puts things in perspective about the mentality you need to have daily in order to beat it. It just puts everything into perspective.
So how do you go from that to talking about sports, right? Like this, I guess.
They're intertwined, man.
We're doing this all day, and we're still doing a sports talk radio show. And that includes our guy, Jeff Saturday, who, Key, you've been waiting for one mistake to roast him. Look, Jeff, the Colts look like a different team since he took over. They won their first game. A missed face mask call resulted in their second loss. Like, because if they call that play, it's like 99% sure that they're going to win that game. And then last night, with under 2 minutes left to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I have to say, going into this game, I was nervous for Jeff because Mike Tomlin was coming off a loss. I'm like, I don't know if Tomlin's not going to let too many losses pile up. So the Colts have all three of their timeouts left, under 2 minutes against the Steelers. They convert on fourth down. Took a first down sack, Matt Ryan, okay? On the next play, he scrambles for 14 yards. Matt Ryan scrambles for 14 yards. And on third down, the team runs another run play to get the first down, but they fail to get it.
Have not called a timeout.
They have not yet called a timeout. The team only used their first timeout after the Taylor run.
They had 3 timeouts remaining.
So on the final play, Ryan threw an incomplete pass toward Paris Campbell, and the game ends. So Coach was sitting on, 2 at the end? Yes. 2 timeouts at the end. Jeff Saturday, our friend, on the Colts' last drive in the fourth quarter.
Nah, yeah, I thought we had plenty of time. I wasn't really concerned. We still had timeouts, so I wasn't too concerned. I really wanted, when he was going down, I couldn't tell where they were going to start him from going down, right? Like if he was going to get the first down, and then we got there. I expected us to get on the ball and have another play a little bit quicker than that. But again, this wasn't a press for time. We just didn't make enough plays.
What do you think about that, Key?
Sounds like a coach. Looking for answers.
Is it just a blunder, or is there a point of view where it's like, because if it's anyone else, clock management, but for me, it's Jeff. So, hey, everyone calm down. Let's look at this from all sides. But is there a point of view that, like, hey, the defense isn't said either. Let's go.
Yeah, and sometimes, though, coaches and players that are out on the field see the clock different than people watching at home. We feel like we got all the time in the world. Sometimes we don't want to burn our timeouts because if we use a timeout and we got 10 seconds, we think, we can get 2 plays out of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a different way of doing things, but this is the first time in his young coaching career that he's had to face, I guess what you would call adversity in terms of trying to make an in-game decision that is this crucial to a game that they were trying to win. Now, he'll learn from this mistake. If it's a mistake, he'll learn from it. He'll certainly learn from it and probably be better at it next time around.
Yeah, Jeff Saturday's my guy. It was a blunder, man. I mean, when Matt Ryan got sacked, right, 30 seconds came off the clock. 30 seconds came off the clock before they ran the run play. So that's a blunder. Like, that's a legit blunder. And I get that he's processing things. I get that he's working with the OC and calling the right timeout key and how that communication works. But we're seeing, a first-time head coach have a legit blunder in real time, and it was mismanaged. Like, let's just call it for what it is. 2 things can be true at the same time. I always say that. He could be our boy, and we can also be critical of how he handled things down the stretch. It was a blunder, man. And then you call your first time out after a design run play. That's when you have 3 on 3
In your back
timeouts you can
pocket.
call in your back pocket.
Is there anything to be said, though, Jay, for like play calling is one thing that could be a separate criticism from clock management, even though they're connected? In other words, like if you think like Jeff's response after the game is we just didn't execute the plays, basically, right? But he didn't feel pressed for time. Jeff's not the type of dude to make that up, right? He's not going to say if he didn't feel pressed, right? He didn't feel pressed. But so is there a point of view where it's like
He thought
look,
they were in hurry up. He thought they were going to rush up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, even the
next
idea of
playoff.
taking a timeout, like a lot of times it's you got to let the offense get set and everything. But do you really?
Well, Max, that's a feel, though. I mean, that's like in basketball. If you see the play taking too long, you'll timeout. Like everybody is too lethargic, too lackadaisical. We need to hurry up. Like he needs to be on top of that. That comes with feel and experience.
Well, that's why I said he'll be better for it next time. A lot of times, again, us as players and some of coaches that are players, it moves slower. It feels different to us when we're out on the field. We feel like we got it. We can run 3 plays in 10 seconds. So we don't rush it the way everybody else wants us to. And then sometimes the people upstairs that are helping you identify what's going on the ground, they're moving at a different pace. They're moving much slower. And everybody's like chaotic. So this is the first opportunity that he had to do something like this, and it didn't work out in his favor. Do I think it'll happen again in the future? No.
What trips me out about it, though, is it's like the thing just as a fan that you're super aware of is you got a timeout. Oh, call the timeout, right? So you watch it, you go, how does the coach not, right? Like that's what really gets people tripped up, I think.
In his in-game, in situational football, this is the first time that he's had situational football on that he had to deal with. In these situations, he'll go back. This week, they'll practice it, situational football, and he'll know, and they'll know, okay, we got to do it this way, we got to do it that way, because this is what Jeff is thinking.
Meantime, if they pick up first down, it's not even a conversation. Like it came down to it. Jeff has been extremely, right.
That's
but he's
exactly
been
what happened.
extremely competitive in all 3 games.
But when you see Mike Tomlin's record on Monday Night Football, you're like, dude's 19-3, man.
Especially coming off a loss. Jay, coming off a loss.
19-3, Key.
Yeah, coming off a loss. Mike Tomlin was not going to get another
should
loss
play more.
in prime time.
He should play more on Monday nights this year.
Right? Be a part of Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max Nation on the Dr. Pepper call line. Call us at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation's presented by Dr. Pepper. It ain't college football season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. So, as you know, we are, it's Giving Tuesday today. We support the V Foundation, Jimmy V's foundation, in the fight against cancer. And if you can, if you're able, we hope you join us today and go to v.org/donate. Now, we are also in the midst of the KJM 10K a day giveaway. We're giving away $10,000 every day, every hour, $2,500 that the show's on. The show's on 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Giving away 50 G's a week. Already over 100, how many? Over 50 different people at this point have won $2,500? I think it's 50. Anyway, every hour we give you the winning word at 10 past the hour. You text it to 777-000, just like that. That's all you got to do. Text the winning word to 777-000. It's 10 past the hour.
KJ and Max, 10K giveaway.
And apropos of the day, the winning word is research. RESEARCH.